In April of 2011, Amy Eckert was driving down a rural Alabama road on her way home from a seemingly normal day out on the town with friends. Little did Amy know tragedy was right up the road. Amy's car was struck head-on by a driver who crossed the center lane. The aftermath of the accident was catastrophic for Amy. Amy now has metal plates in every limb to hold her fractured body together, as well as having her right leg amputated above the knee. Amy was 6 months pregnant at the time of her accident. While Amy survived this horrible accident, the same cannot be said for her unborn child. Amy would never be able to hold her child, and due to the many injuries that she received during the accident, she will never be able to bear children. What caused this tragic accident? The answer to that is texting and driving. Amy's car was struck by a driver who admitted after the accident that she was sending a text message to a friend and lost control of her vehicle. During my research, I have discovered that tragic accidents caused by texting and driving, such as Amy's, have become more common in recent years. I am here today to implore you to stop using your cell phone while driving. By doing our part, we can prevent tragedies such as Amy's from happening. Hello, my fellow GGC students. My name is Darius Jackson, and this is a special report about the dangers of driving while distracted.
In today's society, many teens and adults have become used to texting or using their cell phone while driving. According to a 2013 study by the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety, 82% of adults and 58% of teenagers use their cell phones while driving. To put that number into perspective, consider this. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has reported that for every daylight moment in the United States, there will be approximately 660,000 drivers operating a motor vehicle while using a cell phone or other electric device. We have become so accustomed to using our cell phones while driving that we have forgotten just how dangerous it is to drive while distracted. In 2013, the National Safety Council reported that there were over 1.6 million automobile accidents that involved either talking on handheld or hands-free cell phones or texting. Out of that 1.6 million, over 3,100 people were killed and more than 420,000 suffered injuries. These numbers show us why there is a clear need for us to stop driving while distracted. The reason that driving while distracted can have such devastating consequences is because it requires you, the driver, to split your attention between the road and your cell phone. Researchers at the Transport Research Laboratory, one of the world's leading transport research centers, have discovered that a driver's ability to safely operate a motor vehicle is impaired far more by texting than it is by having a blood alcohol content level of 0.08%, which is the legal limit for all 50 states. If those numbers aren't enough information to convince you not to text and drive, there's one more thing you should know. To read a text or send a text message while driving, the average person must take their eyes off the road for at least 5 seconds. While 5 seconds may not seem like a lot of time, it is enough for a car traveling at 55 miles per hour to cover the distance of an entire football field. If you make the decision to not text and drive, you may experience a couple of great benefits. First, you are much less likely to get into a costly automobile accident. During a 2013 study, the National Safety Council found that drivers who don't text and drive are at least 4 times less likely to get into an automobile accident compared to drivers that do text and drive. Second, by not texting and driving, you can save money. 46 states and the District of Columbia have an anti-texting law. Many of these states, including Georgia, have made this a primary enforcement law, which simply means that if a police officer sees you texting while you are operating a motor vehicle, they can immediately issue you a citation. Depending on the circumstances, the fines for a citation for texting and driving can range from $20 to over $10,000. By making the decision to not text and drive, you won't have to worry about having to pay a substantial amount of money.
I hope to persuade you to not text and drive. Remember that making the decision to not text and drive, you play a part in preventing tragic accidents such as Amy Eckert's. The next time you get the urge to text while you drive, I implore you to think about Amy Eckert. I implore you to think about the 3,100 people that die every year because someone decided to drive while distracted. I implore you to think about the 420,000 individuals who are injured each year. Finally, I implore you to think about yourself. Ask yourself, is it really worth it to risk throwing away your or someone else's future by driving while distracted? I am Darius Jackson, and I thank you for your time today.